Okay, Sister Wives, Season 14, Episode 1. So, a couple notes. Last, or 2 or 3 weeks ago, we did... got winded.
Oh, wow, all the way from the camera.
We did the sneak peek, which was the first 10 minutes of the episode. I'll try to remember to put the link for that in the comments, because you'll definitely, if you didn't see it already, you definitely want to see it, because we don't really cover that much. And also, it was a 2-hour episode, but technically it was 2 1-hour episodes. So we're going to recap them as separate videos. One, because we are super busy and we were only able to watch the first hour, so we wanted to get a video out fast. And then secondly, because a lot of viewers watch in different countries or at different times, and so they won't see a 2-hour episode. And so if we watch the whole thing, it would get all mushed together.
Plus, we'd have to sit there for 2 hours and watch this stupid stuff.
So anyway, someone in the preview episode brought up about how they're making so much money. They have reality TV money. And I kind of wanted to address that.
I don't know. Maybe what some people think is so much money. I mean, when you have 20-something kids.
At some point, they were making, I think, $200,000 each, the adults. So $1 million between them. I don't know. I have not confirmed that. If you know what people are making, please drop it in the comments, because we don't, like I said before, we watch the show.
I think they're just...
And in general, we don't really Google beyond that, because this is not our job. This is not, we're not being paid the big bucks to research them, so we recap what we see. But what I heard was, at some point, a couple seasons ago, they got downgraded from each to total. So it's something like 200,000 total, which still sounds like a big number until you break it between 5 adults.
Oh, that many people.
Who, as near as I can tell, don't work. I mean, they work. They have jobs.
Well, Robin's got that closet.
They have the Sister Wives Closet, which was a big storyline 2 seasons ago when they didn't have enough capital.
They have plenty of
They didn't have enough money to do what they needed to do, and they've never. I mean, you can go back and watch all those old videos where we rehash that, but it's just not for people who have free advertising every week. And
pick something less commercial.
I mean, pick
I can't even think of something less commercial than that.
Like, as I'm like, oh, I watch this show all the time. I should buy something. I looked at them, was there nothing I could get? So, and we know Mary was the top LuLaRoe, who was having some pretty severe financial problems. But I don't know what that means. Like, what is a top LuLaRoe seller making? Probably not hundreds of thousands, maybe? I don't know.
If you're really good.
It's essentially a multi-level marketing scheme, so it's not really advantageous. I heard she's good. I heard she's one of the best, but that's still very limited.
Well, one out of 200 people make some money on it.
I know Janelle has a real estate agent. Cody's got a business partner, but I don't think any of them are actually like a 9-to-5 job. That's their reality show. And they've got 1 million kids. And so my point being, and anyway, all of that, if you watch any reality shows, you know they go bankrupt like crazy and get tax fraud. You know, queuing Real Housewives of New Jersey, Beverly Hills, etc. And no matter, I shouldn't say no matter how much money you're making, but I'll tell you what is bad choices regarding your housing situation will eat up money so fast. They are, just in this episode alone, we know that they are renting 2 homes and they bought another. I thought...
No, they bought 2 and are
Janelle's house? Okay, that's what I thought.
Janelle and Robin's, and I guess whoever...
No. They bought Christine's this episode.
Okay,
they already bought Robin's, if I remember correctly from last season. Robin is renting, but someone broke the rules in Google and says now she owns a house. But let's not worry about that. So they've got a mortgage they have the mortgage on their 4 houses in Las Vegas, because they never got those paid off.
At the time of this filming, yeah.
At the time of this filming, which is all that we care about, because I'm not going to do multiple timelines like I'm on a CSI episode. They have 4, and then they have we know that it's 820,000. That's what I thought. I was in the show, so we did look it up. No, wait. But that doesn't happen now. Just focus on now. $800,000 for a piece of land that they cannot...
For 40 acres.
40 acres.
So, and it's not like beachfront or riverfront.
I don't know Flagstaff marketing that well, but what I do know is that is a humongous mortgage. Because when we were buying a house, we actually looked in Flagstaff and couldn't find anything that really fit our needs. It was a little bit more expensive than what I had anticipated. And so that is a huge money pit. Now, and if I remember correctly, they even talked back then about how they thought it was priced too high, but he was convinced this was the place.
$820,000 for 40 acres is.
And they only could put down a little bit.
10%.
That is an enormous, enormous mortgage. Okay, so anyway, we do the new. I'm gonna do a little tiny catch up in case you're like, I refuse to watch. Do you wanna go check and just see if he's okay? No. If your mom's gonna get him. Okay, thank you. Okay, my mom. Don't worry, my mother-in-law's watching him, but he's gonna check and see if they need help. Okay, so we get the new intro, which is like Cold Case Files style. It's pouring rains. There's at least one kid in the confessional I don't recognize. I assume it's one of the younger kids who had a growth spurt since the last season, because. It's not like unfamiliar, like where I go, I swear she's a new kid, but more of like, I don't know whose daughter that is, and I'm guessing it's just, she looks like she's probably about a tween, early teen. Anyway, so Mariah will be an adult, will be staying in the guest room. Well, what's funny to me, though, is the sneak peek felt more like a full episode than this full episode did. So Robin's talking in the confessional. She's doing this long, drawn-out confessional. And, like, Janelle's over there, like, picking her nails. And Mary's, like, investigating her shoe. We all good?
Yeah, we're great.
Oh, boy.
Anyway.
He's not really supposed to be in the front.
Well, he's here.
Okay. So, anyway, this is the end of the preview, which is after the police come to Mary's house because there's a complaint. Now, we don't know. We don't hear anything from this person directly. In my preview, I leaned a little bit more to the direction of they were just mad about the filming and about reality TV
stars.
And
no parking on their street anymore.
And then, and then all the people and stuff. But it does sound like these people have a specific problem with them. So I'm not going to decide. I'm not going to say these people are clearly bigots who should get their nose out of other people's business, which is probably a good rule in general.
I don't know. If that happened here,
or,
I'd be kind of upset. I don't want a bunch of cars.
No, be really clear. What would upset you? That they were polygamous?
No.
Or that they were polygamous on a reality show?
The friggin' reality TV part.
With the camera crew and 20 kids. Okay, so I want to be really clear so people understand.
I could care less if a neighbor moves in with a bunch of kids and stuff. Or with a bunch of wives. I don't care.
It's not really our business. And that's kind of the rule I have is like, as long as they're good neighbors.
As long as the dogs aren't mean if they run on my property.
And that's the question is, are they good neighbors? Because I don't know.
If they have 1 million cars parking everywhere all the time, I'm going to get a little upset.
Yeah, it was a very small cul-de-sac to have even 4 cars show up.
Right.
Now, that being said, some of the quotes they gave, which could or could not be accurate, did sound like they might, like they said, no one's going to live near those sister wives. Now, is that a reference to the fact that they're polygamous, or is that a reference to the fact that they're on a show called Sister Wives? I don't know. You are free to guess in the comments. And speaking of the comments, I'm probably not going to be reading them as much, or I'm getting a lot of comments, and it's hard to keep up on them. But I'm doing 50-50. I don't feel confident enough to wager one way or the other as to whether this is a bigotry issue or this is more of the difficulty of filming. Anyway, the point is they get basically Mary is asked to leave. And then
and it's not from the family this time.
Oh jeez. So anyway.
But at least she gets to be alone without the people who seem to not like her much at all.
How symbolic is this? Well, then I was like, well, if they have a problem with him sleeping with more than one wife, we know Mary's the safest of all the neighbors to have. But anyway, then there's a whole thing about the freezers, and the freezers are off and all that. It's raining. The neighbor gets into it with Mary. Legally, they didn't have a right to ask. I personally, let's just say for a second that they were the perfect neighbors. This person was just had an issue with them because they really care who people are sleeping with and they don't like that. Let's say that's it. I think leaving's a smart choice. I kind of wonder if TLC had any input. Like, I don't know whether TLC, what I mean is, did TLC go to them and just say, you know, just so you know, it's going to be tough for us to do our job if they really pitch a fit, or whether they just sat back and just observed. I don't know. I mean, it's in Mary and the family's best interest financially for them to be able to film. So I could see them talking to the producers, and the producers saying it's going to be a lot easier someplace else, but of course it's going to be even tougher to film Mary when she is in Vegas. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't. This is not a documentary where they just observe stuff. This is a cooperative show where everyone's working to make a good show. So Christine buys a house. It's a cute area. Looks like a nice area. Mary moves back to Vegas. Oh gosh, can I tell you, when they're moving and they were like, why don't you guys go to Mary's first and we stay here? And he's like, no, where we go, we go all. And it's like, okay, settle down,
so
Magellan.
Half of everybody can be standing around doing nothing.
I know, it's just a little bit like, it just feels like Cody always needs to have his entire family around.
Because you know what every army does? They keep everybody in the same place at the same time.
I don't know if you remember this, but there was seasons.
It just seems like the worst way to do anything. Keep
10 seasons back. 10 seasons back. You can go with me if you need to. We're almost done. Thank you, honey. 10 seasons back, they went to Cody's hometown and met some of his old high school friends. And this one girl said, it doesn't really surprise me that Cody would be a polygamist. He always had to be the center of attention. And by marrying 4 women and having a bunch of kids, he's always the center of attention. And I thought, I have never heard a better summary of Sister Wives than that. So anyway, that is the first episode. We will try to get the second episode watched and recap within 24 hours. I apologize that we're not right on top of this. We have a little guy wandering around playing with the... Oh, okay, that's a sign. Okay, we'll see you soon.